Well, hello and welcome to Outside the Box 2020, where we're talking to business owners, thought leaders about how the pandemic has changed the way we do business in various industries. And today I have Leala Dunn, who is representing Tower Garden. She's actually a serial entrepreneur, but today we're going to talk about Tower Garden specifically. So hi, Leala, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm outside here with Outside the Box outside.
Very nice, very nice. So I have to ask, are you 6 feet away from that Tower Garden?
No, I'm very close to it, but it's my food. So.
Very good, very good. So Tower Gardens, for someone who may be chiming in here and they're not familiar with a Tower Garden is, will you just tell me a little bit about Tower Gardens in general?
Yeah, in general, basically it's a 6 foot tall, 5 to 6 feet. There is an extension. Growing system that is self-sustainable. The water has been trickling and turning off right now. So it runs water through the center tube with a fish pump. Water's pumped to the top and then it rains down on all the roots. And it feeds your garden 24/7 for you. And that 15-minute break aerates the roots, which is why food on the Tower Garden grows 3 times faster. And it actually tastes really, really good. It's very nutrient dense. So you can just pick and eat it. And it's a sustainable way to start growing your own food. And you can just open the box and get started and have fresh food within 4 weeks of harvest time. So it's pretty exciting.
That is exciting. I like it. I actually, to be honest, I've been considering Tower Garden myself for a long time. And I lived in an agricultural area for many years, and it was common to grow gardens, and my husband grew garden at his office, actually, strange as that may sound. But fresh grown vegetables are so much different than what you get in the grocery store. It is addictive. But I live in a condo now. So, I've thought about, well, how could I do that? And that's what made me consider a Tower Garden. So is a Tower Garden appropriate? Like, I have a balcony, but would it be appropriate to put on a balcony?
Well, that's one thing when you start gardening that you realize is food actually needs a lot of sunlight or a lot of light. It could be grow light as well. Yeah. And so what I would recommend for even a balcony is our new Tower Garden home. It just came out in November. It's a smaller, slimmer version, so it's easy to put on your balcony. This has the 20-gallon water tank. That home has a 13-gallon water tank, and it has lights that are connected to it, and it allows you to grow food indoors. You could even have it in your kitchen, and it was really developed with that thought in mind that people want their food like right there in their home,
And so, talking about what we're here to talk about, which is outside the box, I would imagine that there are more people thinking about this than there were previously because of I don't know if I'm really ready to say we're having food shortages. I think just the supply and demand is a little out of whack at the moment, but certainly it's made us think more about how we get our food on the table.
Yeah, in my industry, we're not really talking about the tower as a solution to food shortages, but more as a solution to having food that you can pick and eat right there without the convenience, with the convenience without having to go into a grocery store. And then also just saving money. Everybody's trying to save money right now. And I mean, even if you're gainfully employed, you're looking for ways to cut corners just to be prepared if you should need some financial cushion there. And the Tower Garden gives you that security that you can not only save money by growing your own food, but then you can be sustainable. You can provide for your family just within your own home. And it is limited on like what you can grow specifically. So we are seeing some people changing their food palettes. Because you can't grow meat and potatoes on a Tower Garden. It's leafy greens, peppers, tomatoes, squash, zucchini, eggplant. So I'm doing a lot more education than ever before in finding unique ways to reach out to people to help them learn about how the tower works, what is it, and how to get started.
Very nice. So tell me how things look different for you right now than they did a month ago in your tower garden business.
Yeah, so a month ago, I was going to people's homes, setting up the towers for them. I was really hands-on. And I was always maybe, I would say, you know, we sell about one tower a month, and I was pretty proud of that. I thought that was huge. But in March, our company-wide, we saw a growth of 700%. So
Wow.
I'm just, yes, 700%. So I'm seeing a real need to have more education about the steps from getting it out of the box to keeping it and being happy with it, and learning how to grow, how to plant your seeds, how to start your seeds. And then once things are kind of shifting, like my tower is kind of shifting, so I need to like refill with some different things. As seasons change, you're going to change crops. So I'm going to be looking for ways to get videos out there so people can learn the steps in between opening the box and getting it to your table, and then being consistent throughout the seasons of having food, you know, and making that investment feel like it was worthwhile.
That makes sense. I could see that. Even myself, I could see, you know, I've considered it for a long time, and honestly, I haven't done it because I do worry a little bit about, you know, what happens afterwards. Am I going to get this box and it's going to sit in the box in the guest room for, you know, 6 months and that sort of thing. So the after support is important, because I could imagine you'll have a lot of people who will buy impulsively and then, you know, be in that position where they don't do anything with it. So it's good.
Yeah,
to have a
I mean, it's
plan.
happened. I've been selling tower gardens for 4 years, and it's happened. I still know someone today that still has their tower in a box today. And I'm like, why?
Oh
It's
no.
fully paid off, because if you do the payment plan, you can pay for it in 1 year. So it's fully paid off, but you're not using it. It makes me so sad. Or like people that have bought them, but then left them in their garages. And that's what created a desire within my heart to kind of start a community around helping people continuing to grow. So I'm in the process of developing a website to help give some tools, but also, you know, different types of foods. I can provide seedlings, you know, little baby plants that people can just plug in. I would like that to be part of my website. So people can just go on and order, and I can ship them to them. No need to see people in person. And even that has been a challenge, because I never started my own seedlings. I would buy them from other growers. And I just said, hey, I could do this myself. And there was a learning curve. I learned you can't just start seedlings inside and put them outside in Florida. They'll die. They do die. They have to, you know, grow outside and sprout outside in the sun. And so just kind of coming around and learning about how to make this easy and doable for the everyday working person that is probably taking on a lot more now than they ever have in their life. And making it seem like I'm there for you and I can support you, even though I can't physically walk into your house.
So it sounds like these are things you've been doing for a long time, but the pandemic and the restrictions have really pushed you to pull it all together in a way that people know what you do and know what you can offer and have easier access to get to that.
Absolutely. I think it's, I think it's really important and valuable to just be supportive, you know, and that's maybe a thing that was kind of missing in my business in the past. And technology has helped so much, like doing what we're doing now with video recording and video chatting. That's really been a huge help for me as we navigate through this.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I hope that it sticks. You know, it'll be interesting to see what things look like when we come out the other side of this, and, you know, what things will be, what changes are going to stick and what things we're going to revert back to. It's a little scary right now for all of us. I mean, we have to acknowledge that for sure. But at the same time, a little reset button is not necessarily a bad thing.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I think we're going to wrap up. We'll keep this nice and short, and we'll maybe loop back again in a couple, 2-3 weeks and see how things are going with you and see what's growing. And
thank you.
I appreciate you spending time today, and keep on growing.
Thank you.
Maybe the next time we get on here, I'll have my own tower garden. We'll sit out on the balcony with mine and we'll
That
talk.
would be awesome.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I'm all about it. Well, very good. Thank you, Leala. You enjoy your day. And it
Thank
was
you.
great
You as well.
talking with you.
My pleasure.